God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. This is a very well-known poem known as the Serenity Prayer that they use at Alcoholics Anonymous. Now, they took that poem, modified it slightly, but the original poem actually comes from the works of Epictetus. He knew there are 3 types of problems, and he also knew that false knowledge was the #1 reason why we can't find the knowledge we need, because we cannot learn anything when we think we already know. Again, Epictetus knew we had 3 types of problems, and I explained that in my special teaching tool. Except I put those 3 into 2 groups so they can be opposites. And there's actually 2 ways I can do that. I'll bore you for a second, because I changed it. At first I had problems within our control, problems outside of control. But now I have problems that are 100% within our control and problems that are not 100% within control. And now when we take those 3 types of problems, they group up differently. The key here is there's only one type of problem that is 100% within our control, and that's why I decided to go that direction. Because those are the problems we want to focus on. That's what the heroes do. That's the hero's journey. The definition of a hero: someone who can solve a problem or problems no one else can solve. Well, my friends, when the problems are 100% within our control, when our problems are self-inflicted, we are the heroes. What's in our way? We don't have the knowledge we need. Why? It's that false knowledge. Can't learn when we think we already know. It's a big problem that we have. Wisdom to know the difference. That's the key. Most of us have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, flim-flammed into thinking most of our problems are outside our control. Well, at least that's what our so-called experts tell us, isn't it? We don't know the cause, but we know it's not you. Just keep doing what you're doing. We like to hear that, don't we? Yeah, they tell us what we want to hear. It's not your fault. We don't know the cause, but boy, we got lots of treatments for you. And there are some side effects, but don't worry about it. The wisdom to know the difference. How do you know that? How do you deal with the false knowledge, especially considering the fact that we got too many references? How many times have you heard me say that over and over and over? #1 problem of knowledge: don't have the knowledge we need. #1 reason why we can't find it: we got that false knowledge in its place, and we got way too many references. I mentioned this in my last video. When an idea is like a tabletop or the covers of a book, then the references that support those ideas, that make it into a belief, are either the legs for the tabletop or the pages in the book. When it comes on how to live, when it comes to what do we do when we get sick, we've got real big, thick books convincing us where to go, what to do. Those are wrong. And there's nothing anyone can say to challenge a book that has that many pages in it. Or a tabletop that has so many legs, it's a solid mountain. What's the only way? Well, if you've ever watched my videos, you know, because I say it all the time. There's only one way to challenge that many references. We need a brand new reference. Why else do you think I keep saying the same thing in every video? Got to stop doing what we're doing, but that's not easy. That's why the Solid Food Vacation is the brand new reference. When we go the distance, when we see what it does to our lives, we can't help but realize the whole transformation that could take place if we can get everyone into just making better choices. It's exciting to think what will happen if we reach the tipping point. It's exciting to think of what would happen when we wake up every day. It's a whole different world. And that's a scary thought for a lot of people, but what if everything is getting better and better and better? Think about it. What's going to happen when people try to make better choices, and they do make better choices, they're going to be feeling better. They won't be in any pain. Their mental clarity will come out of nowhere, and for once they won't be so easily led like sheep, which is what's happening to most of us. But it's done on a very subtle level. Most of the references that are in our books, all those pages, they're being thrown in there all the time. And a classic example is a video I did just the other day, and I was wanting to do a special video on it when I first saw it, because it would have been a little more fresh, but it was showing Arnold Schwarzenegger. Less meat, less heat. There are two sentences in this one little section where you can tell he's a corrupt politician, in addition to what he said about less meat, less heat. Because he threw more pages in certain books. This is the problem most of us don't understand. We have certain beliefs about the most important things in life. These references that are coming at us from all types of places. We keep hearing little things here and here and here that just say, yep, 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 another page, another page, another page. This book is too big, you're an idiot. I believe in the official story. We always know the victors don't write the books, or the people who rule the world, they don't control our educational system. Oh, wait a second. Foster Gamble did a really nice video called The Thrive Documentary. Peter Joseph did a nice video series, Zeitgeist. Look at Zeitgeist Addendum. We know what's going on. We know there's a small group of people who are controlling us two ways. Money is the absolute tool of control. Health is the ultimate tool of control. Everything related on these two topics are huge books with too many references. Empty your cup. Sit down before fact like a little child, and be prepared to give up every preconceived notion, as Huxley would say. Take those big books with all those pages and throw them out. Burn those books. Those are the books we need to burn. Take those tables with all those legs. Burn those tables too. Empty your cup, my friends, when it comes to understanding how the world works, and it's all because of the money and our health. Health is how they got us where we are. We're sick. We've been sick for a long time. The people capitalize that. The scum of the earth capitalize on that, and they keep us sick. That's why our experts don't know anything about this subject. And then how are they able to control everything? It's through the money. The money is the absolute tool of control. As our first vice president in this great country of America said, and the second president, John Adams, two ways to conquer and enslave a nation. One is by the sword, and the other is by debt. We are debt slaves. Watch Zeitgeist Addendum for a nice little recap of that. Watch the Thrive documentary. Get past the first part about the Taurus, and they explain how the monetary system works, how the Federal Reserve system works, fractional banking. The net effect is the way money's printed out of thin air and then loaned out again. For every money they counterfeit and make up out of thin air, the banks are able to spread that around and make 90 times as much. Think about it. Imagine playing a Monopoly game. And every time you go around the board, they give you $1,000, but the bank gets $90,000. Now, do you think you have any chance against the bank? Not that many people own the bank. Look how many people are playing the game. My God, talk about an unfair advantage. That's why they're able to own and control every major sector of human endeavor, so they can bombard our brain with so many references that our books are so friggin' thick, our tables are so full of legs, we can't accept the truth. Only one way to challenge it. You got to test an idea as time has come. You got to have a brand new reference. And when you take a solid food vacation on nothing but juices, that may take you several months. But when you have it, ow! Yeah, you're in for a treat.